Hey guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela. And on this podcast, we are going to be talking about how Jezebel wants to triangulate you with the narcissist. There's this misconception that, men are narcissists and women aren't as diabolical as the narcissist. The Jezebel isn't as diabolical. A lot of times people will tell you that women are very emotional. Imagine someone trying to control you with fake emotions. Sometimes people will tell you, oh, there's a higher percentage of men who are narcissists than women. But when you come into this understanding, you will see that the delusion was supposed to be that way. The Jezebel spirit is literally always in plain sight. She's in the healthcare system. She's in law enforcement. She's a teacher. She's everywhere. The Jezebel spirit works right along with the narcissist to deceive anyone they come across. You will see that 90% of the people around you are probably narcissist or Jezebel spirits, and you'll see that everyone is, numbing their pain and, to the point where some people are just soulless. What makes the narcissist and the Jezebel spirit so different is that they know we live in a corrupted world where you might not do the right thing all the time. You might try to do the right thing all the time. You might try to be perfect. But when you're put in uncomfortable situations, you might feel like you have to do things that you don't like, right? But you also know your limit, and you also know that you don't want to cross the line of exploiting others, especially when you don't have to. So when you're dealing with narcissists and Jezebel spirits, these are people who they're at the point where they're soulless. They're ready to sell you out. They're ready to sell your children out because they're looking at it like, those are my kids. And even if they were my kids, it's hard for me to feel the emotions I know I'm supposed to be feeling because I'm so numb. So sometimes they went through trauma just like you. Just like the empath goes through trauma, and you finally come to the conclusion that you have to, leave things behind you because you're not going to be able to move on. You're not going to be able to be mentally strong to keep moving forward if you keep staying stuck in the past or staying stuck thinking about certain situations, because life is passing you by and sometimes you have obligations and responsibilities and survival. So you literally, when you're in survival, you have to put all your personal things to the side. Sometimes the love you feel for the narcissist or for the Jezebel, you literally have to let them go to the point where even if they hoover you, you know that there's not going to be anything profitable out of the situation. They've sucked you dry. They've put you in an uncomfortable situation where now it's kill or be killed. That's almost how you might look at it. So you know that you have to protect your energy. The narcissist and the Jezebel spirit, they don't have a limit to what they will do to cross you because they have to come first. And they believe that they should be able to take whatever they want. These people are almost like scavengers. If they walked into a store that was closed, a couple of days ago, and the narcissist is a scavenger. They're going to go in there. They're going to grab whatever they can. They're going to go into your home. They're going to take all your resources, all your weapons, and be out of there, right? So sometimes these people get together in relationships and they kind of drift apart, you know? One goes and does their own thing. The other one goes and does their own thing. They're getting with different supplies. They're very sexual people, sexual deviants. The Jezebel knows the type of things that the narcissist is into that you don't know that they're into. You know, these people almost have like an open relationship. Some of them live together, some of them don't live together. But they're never going to leave each other alone. A lot of times when you're dealing with a narcissist, you don't know that they already have a Jezebel spirit in their life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be their family. They can have a supply that's been around. They can have children with certain people. And these people are almost pretending like they don't mess with the narcissist like that. You know, if you listen and pay close attention to certain people, sometimes you'll hear women and they're like, oh, that I have a kid with him. The Jezebel has no self-respect. And she keeps allowing narcissists to control her mind because she's already given herself to that energy. She's working as a hive mind. So she will come together with other people to destroy you. And it doesn't even have to be the narcissist. It could be narcissistic people in her family, her friends. She uses people to do the dirty work for her. Sometimes the Jezebel spirit is attractive and she's hanging around certain type of people because she knows those people are going to jump up and do whatever she tells them to do. I'm telling you guys because I know from experience, I've seen it. I've been in personal situations where, you know, before, you know, the narcissist, people will be drawn to me, you know. After the narcissist, my energy shifted a bit, you know, because now I'm not as friendly and as open and as gullible as I was once. And the Jezebel, they're drawn to that. They feel the energy of whoever you've been with and they want to steal information. They want to steal game because they know there's something different about you. You have the recipe. And now these low-grade narcissistic women want to hang around you. And they're willing to prove themselves, you know? So if the Jezebel can be easily manipulated by almost anyone, this is someone that doesn't have any boundaries, no morals, no ethics, nothing. And a lot of times empaths are following their footsteps. And then you'll start doing everything that Jezebel tells you to do. And I know because if I wanted to treat people that way, I could treat people that way. I can use people to go and behave like Jezebels and act out. Because the Jezebel feeds off of drama. See, the Jezebel, she needs positive or negative energy from you. She doesn't care which one you give her. The narcissist needs positive or negative energy. It doesn't matter. Because to them, if you give them any energy, they're just going to triangulate you. The Jezebel is going to triangulate you with other Jezebel spirits or other narcissists. Because it's giving them something to talk about. And then when you act out and you go off on these people, they're trying to make it seem like you're the narcissist, but they won't tell you what you've been doing to them. And what you've been doing to them is usually a reaction of their behavior. You know? So if you react, they're looking at you like, I'm going to attack you. I'm going to get other people to come in and do something to you. They'll talk to as many people as they can to give you the image that these people have their back and these people will do anything they say. They're trying to intimidate you. That's when the gang stalking comes in. Some of these people might do something. Some of these people might not do something. A lot of times, these people have such a low frequency that they attract people with lower frequencies than them. And they think that they're in power or they have some type of status because they are the kings and queens of the dummies. They're like, we're the kings and queens of the zombies, of the dead people. And they pretend like they're real people. But there's certain things that a real person wouldn't do. A real person is going to give you a real chance. They're going to give you a real chance, you know. They're going to allow you to prove yourself. They're not just going to go into the situation and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, when I don't really have to. When I don't really even have to. It's not a life or death situation. She knows that you don't know what's going on. She knows that you don't know that this person is love bombing you. And one day they're just going to tell you the truth and they're going to tell you to fall in line. You know, yes, there's empaths who sometimes don't know what's happening or they can't control their emotions and they stay with narcissists and they can appear to be Jezebel spirits. Sometimes empaths sell themselves out. They say, hey, it's not that bad. I've taken so much pain from the narcissist that I'm so numb to everything that they do to me. They've put me through so much trauma. They've trauma bonded with me so much that now certain things that they used to do, like cheating, doesn't really bother me anymore. The narcissist has, you know, made me, you know, shed so many tears that I can't feel anything anymore. And here you are thinking that this Jezebel spirit is your friend. You know, here you are thinking this Jezebel spirit is your friend because you're remembering who she used to be. You're remembering the friendship that you once had with her. Some of these Jezebel spirits, they love to hear when you're being abused. And sometimes they're talking to your abuser behind your back, or somehow they're connecting behind your back. That energy in them is connecting with each other somehow. You know, it's like the narcissist getting with you and then they're looking up profiles of people in your area so that they can connect with people in your area and connect back to you. Now you're coming around her. You're spending time with her and her family. You're meeting her husband. He's a complete narcissist. You're walking to the bathroom and now he's making a move on you. You know, he's touching you in the wrong places, giving you certain compliments that are provocative. And you're like, wait, I thought this was a family party. And you tell your friend because you've been friends with this person your whole life. You think you know them. You don't know they sold themselves out. So you're honest with this person. You're thinking, I don't know if I should tell the truth. I don't know if I shouldn't say anything. If I don't say anything, they might think I'm fake for not saying anything. You're confused. You're like, if I tell them the truth, I might lose the friendship because it's just going to draw them closer to the narcissist. Because that's part of that triangulation, is that these people just want to keep you in that triangle. You're not knowing, but even if that person isn't a Jezebel spirit and they turn on you for telling them the truth, That triangulation just gave the narcissist power. See, I told you that wasn't a good friend. She's making up stuff about me. She came on to me, right? It's a triangulation. But when you're dealing with a Jezebel, you think you know someone. You think you know them because you've known them forever. And boom, you tell them the truth. And now they're playing games with you. They're acting like they're upset with you, but then they still want to be your friend. They're not giving you any clear answers. You know, they're still inviting you over. They're still acting like nothing. You're not even reading between the lines. I'm telling you guys this from experience because the Jezebel spirit always wants to triangulate you with another narcissist. Because a lot of times they already know you went through the trauma of being with a narcissist and they feel like you're going to start acting out of impulse because the trauma has left you in a cycle where now you're repeating certain habits or you are seeking certain thrills that the narcissist once gave you. Because when you're with a narcissist and they're full of impulses, they leave those impulses in you. So when you come across the Jezebel spirit, she sees that. A lot of times you trust the Jezebel spirit because she's a woman just like you and you think she's emotional like you, she's empathetic as you. You feel like you can relate to her, and the whole time she's just picking up information from you. She's studying you just how the narcissist studied you. She's trying to use you for supply just like the narcissist did. Whether it's for looks, for finances. She wants to invite you into her home. She wants to invite you into her bed. She wants you to contribute to her lifestyle. She has an agreement. She's not telling you who she is. A lot of times you guys are so quick when you get out of narcissistic relationships. You think to yourself, oh, I'm going to start all over. Sometimes you might bump into certain people and you might think to yourself, well, I can trust this person. She's a woman like me, or this person's giving me advice. It's not going to hurt. It's a woman just like me. You go out and have fun and you meet someone on the street spontaneously and you're like, I really like that girl. She's cool. She's like, oh, we're going to go we're going to go hang out at this spot, meet me here. You're thinking to yourself, oh, I found a new friend. You get there and she's looking at you weird and she's touching on you and, she's dancing on you and, maybe there's some drinks in the system and now she's asking you, are you into girls? Or you go to her house and you're thinking, oh, it's going to be a girls' night out. You're having fun, or you go and have a coffee or you're just having a simple conversation and, the narcissist doesn't come home and she knows the narcissist isn't going to come home. And you're thinking you're there for your friend because she doesn't want to be alone. The narcissist has been gone. And she's telling you to spend the night. You guys can sleep in the same bed, and then next thing you know, she asks you, have you ever been with a girl before? Have you ever had a threesome? Or you meet a friend and now she's contacting you. Hey, are you at home? Can I come pick you up? I just need to go make an errand before we go to lunch. And she's pulling up at the narcissist's house. And now she's bringing you into her world, into her drama, into her problems. Oh, the narcissist isn't going to talk to me unless I find another girl so that we can have a threesome. Sometimes they might even come off like they're trying to turn you out. They're trying to change you, and they're trying to lure you in. You know, the Jezebel spirit, you guys, goes both ways. And a lot of times you look at certain people or certain couples or certain marriages and you think that it's something that it's not. And you'd be surprised how narcissists and Jezebel spirits will gather together, you know, in parties, and everyone is sleeping with each other. And when you're an empath, you're not living in that realm. When you're going through it with a narcissist, you're not living in that underground world. And a lot of times that's why you feel played. That's why you feel like these people took your energy. These people deceived you, because they had their own program that they were forcing you into, until, you know, you force yourself to wake up, because now you're behaving in a way that you've never behaved before. You're feeling certain emotions you never felt before. You know, narcissists get you all off balance. Next thing you know, you're in a relationship with this narcissist and he's asking you to have a threesome with him. Or he's asking you, what would you think about having an open relationship? A lot of times they're asking you these questions because they already have people that they've had around for years that know exactly how the narcissist behaves. And sometimes they're just giving each other a break apart from one another. You know, a lot of times narcissists are in open relationships. Jezebels are in open relationships. You just don't know. You just don't see it. Sometimes you think, that maybe they're not talking to their past supply. You're thinking, oh, maybe they just hoovered this person and this person's back in their life. What if that person was never gone? What if they were never gone? The narcissist is just choosing who they're spending more time with, because these people have already bowed down to the narcissist. And this is why the narcissist is so angry with you, because you won't think the way that they think. So a lot of times you'll see that certain people will be attracted to you, certain narcissists, certain Jezebel spirits, because they'll also see something in your aura. Just like empaths can see something in your aura. They can see your empathy. They can see that you're not someone that's going to exploit them. They can feel that. The narcissist, the Jezebel spirit, they can also feel that you're not a regular empath. They know that you've been around a narcissist or a Jezebel spirit, and you learned something out of those situations. And a lot of times they'll give you signals, they'll give you hints, because they see you have a strong personality, and they're literally making you subliminal offers. Sometimes they're straight up. But my whole thing with this topic is that when you're out in this world, don't take people's looks as face value to who they are. Don't think because someone is your friend that that's the motive behind it. A lot of times you'll see Jezebel spirits gathering together. They're, they're picking fights with people They're behaving reckless. A lot of times they're being intimate with each other. And the reason you're not welcomed in the group is because they know you're not going to get down with what they're on. You know, you're thinking, how come I can't fit in with them? You know, you're having a couple of drinks with these people and they can see through you. They'll start asking you weird questions. You're going to see that sexuality, what you like, is always going to be a topic. They're always going to bring that up. They're always going to question you on that. And if you tell them no, or you throw them off, you'll see that they don't like that you're throwing them off. They want to know off the bat because they know that within their group, there's certain things that they do. Just like when you go to a job and people test you and they want to know if you're a snitch. They want to know if, you know, if you'll feed into the gossip. The Jezebel spirit is always studying you. So a lot of times, like I said, you'll be friends with these Jezebel spirits and you don't know that they're trying to triangulate you. You're thinking they're a good friend and they're waiting for you to get into a relationship to sleep with the person that you're with. Sometimes you think someone is your friend and they've slept with every single man you've ever been with. Every single man you've ever been with. Sometimes all you had to do was give that Jezebel spirit the name of your partner, and here they are on the internet looking for them, sleeping with them behind your back. You're having a gathering. The Jezebel spirit is looking for the narcissist in the room. And if they see that you're an empath, they get a kick out of it. Now they're coming around, they're dancing around, they're trying to get the attention of the narcissist. A lot of times you might not even be aware of it. You're not even paying attention. And they're giving the narcissist the eye. And then you might think to yourself, is that Jezebel spirit giving him the eye? Or am I... And then you look at the narcissist and you're like, is the narcissist giving them the eye? You know, it's like when a woman walks by and you see how other women will look at the woman to see if the narcissist or their partner is looking at them. But it's not out of jealousy. It's almost like they're giving the narcissist an invitation. And a lot of times, these are the type of women that will come up to you and try to befriend you, but they're trying to get close to your partner. A lot of times, they're trying to get close to you too. But they know as an empath or as someone that doesn't go that way, you're not going to give in. So now it becomes a bigger game to them, a bigger challenge. And it becomes a challenge to the narcissist too, because they feel like they've met their match. Because now they know if they can get with this type of supply will get them more supply, more Jezebel spirits, more empaths. And this is why sometimes the narcissist will leave you for the Jezebel spirit until it's not fun anymore. Until the Jezebel spirit feels like the attention is not on her. Until she feels like, you know, the narcissist is cheating her from the truth. Because no matter how much access you can give to these people, they'll still turn on each other. So them turning on you doesn't mean anything to them. Because to them, they're fighting on another level, on a very dirty level. So this is why I say, when you come into your awakening, don't just trust people. Don't just assume things about people. Every time you meet people or you have people in your life, you need to understand that most people are wearing a mask and you don't really know what's under that mask. You know, sometimes you can be lured in by the Jezebel spirit And this person is trying to sex traffic you. They know you look up to her. They know that you admire her, that you think she's beautiful. She's the kind of girl you wish you could look like. She knows that. And she'll lure you in just to use you, to exploit you the way someone exploited her. Only that because of her looks, she learned the narcissist tricks early on. So now she behaves like the narcissist, but on a worse level, because she's willing to exploit women as well. Because she knows women are emotional. She doesn't feel anything anymore. Her eyes are soulless, as happy, as glamorous as she may portray to be. And these are the type of women that most people will admire. But their human side is gone. Their empathy is gone. So there's no telling what this woman would do to you to hurt you. She could be worse than the narcissist. She could befriend you, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I don't give anyone access to me. I have a couple of friends. If you don't know she's a Jezebel, this Jezebel will go get with other narcissists and have narcissists come rob you. She will get narcissists to befriend you. She will get narcissists to date you, to exploit you, so that she can get energy from the narcissist around her. A lot of times she's that one female in the group surrounded by a whole bunch of men. Oh, I don't get along with women. She'll tell you up front, I don't get along with women. When you go to certain places, certain jobs, she's that woman that's nice to men, but she's not nice to other women. She's only there for the attention of men. Even though if she had great service and she gave that same respect to men and women, she would probably be more fruitful. But there's only one thing in the Jezebel spirit's mind. She's a sexual deviant. So there's nothing that she wouldn't do. That's the only thing that she thinks about. That's the only thing that can fulfill her, is using her looks, using her sexuality to get what she wants. You'll also see that Jezebel spirits who are pretty privileged, they're some of the most evilest creatures alive, because they pull you into a place where you think that they're an empath, because you think, oh, it's a woman, she's emotional, she's crying, she has a sob story. But it's just like the narcissist, but it's more easier believe. It's way more easy for you to believe. A lot of times they might be going through something, through trauma and things like that. But the thing is, they're only thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you and how you have to work harder, twice as harder as her. She's not thinking of that. This is why people in your family will, praise the Jezebel spirit even when she acts crazy. But certain people can't do that. So she doesn't understand that, or even if she does, she doesn't care. So a lot of times you're sitting here making them feel good, boosting their ego, and you can't even see that they're calculated, selfish, arrogant, trifling person. So, like I said, this is more about you knowing that the Jezebel triangulates people. So it's going to be very hard to be involved in the Jezebel's life if she cannot triangulate you. So a lot of times these type of Jezebel spirits don't or can't or don't feel obligated to have certain type of friends in their lives if they're unable to triangulate them. So if they don't have a form to triangulate you with other people, with another narcissist with their friends, with their family, if they bring you around their friends and their friends don't like you, because like I said, these people do sick, twisted things that to them it's normal. They're having fun, but they're always having fun, and it's always the fun house, right? So if you don't fit into that world, you know, they don't want anything to do with you. A lot of times they'll come and they'll feed off of you when you're vulnerable, or they'll call out for your help when they're going through something just for the moment, but they'll never be there for you. They know you're a good person, so they want you to show up. They want you to show up to important things in their life or when they're under some type of stress, but they're not telling you the full truth about what's going on in their lives. So when you're dealing with women, be careful, really get to know this person. And a lot of times when you talk to them, you'll know something is off. Just like the narcissist talks and eventually they say things that don't make sense, or their emotions don't match up with the situation at hand, and they don't take any accountability. And if you try to tell them something that you see that is clearly wrong, they get offended, or they make lies, or they twist your words. Chances are you're dealing with the Jezebel spirit. So just as the narcissist invest a lot of time to get supply out of you, the Jezebel spirit, sometimes she won't really stick around compared to the narcissistic man, because she's able to get supply easier than him. And this person could be very deadly, because when you're on their bad side, it's all about destroying you, destroying your reputation. And what you will notice as well, especially if you come from a community, a small community, is that as you get older, a lot of the Jezebels in your life will end up being friends, meaning that you didn't bring them together. They just brought each other together. Some of them, they do come together because of you, because of their hate towards you. But some of them really befriend each other, and some of them might not know that you know them. They have the same energy, they have the same frequency, So when you don't fit into those groups, there's a reason why. There's a reason behind it. God knows that there's certain morals that are going on that don't fit yours, right? Certain norms that are not norms for you. Things that will taint your spirit, and things that will change you in a bad way, where you can't come back from those things. This is why a lot of times the Jezebel spirit, she can't repent, just like the narcissist. She can't repent because she's too far gone. Just like the narcissist is too far gone, the Jezebel spirit is too far gone. So she has to make you believe that she's okay, that lifestyle she's living, she's happy, that, she enjoys all this stuff, and she's trying to make it seem like all the bad things that she's doing isn't draining her energy. But if it wasn't draining her energy, she wouldn't have to keep seeking out supply. She wouldn't have to keep seeking the empath to save her, to help her mental stability, to help her spirit. She's trying to fool you to think that her life is glamorous and happy when it's not. So I hope that this message, you guys, was helpful, and also a warning to some of you that, think that you might even befriend someone online because you think you relate to them because of the narcissist abuse. and you're thinking, oh, it's another woman, let's come together. Some of these women are not victims of narcissist abuse. Some of these women are actually Jezebel spirits. And the thing about the Jezebel spirit is she will cry, she will plead, she will try to guide you and she will try to misguide you. A lot of times there's narcissists that she's with, and this is why, there's no connection. And this is why a lot of narcissists will look at you crazy as an empath, because they're socializing you with the Jezebel spirit, because the Jezebel spirit knows every trick, every emotion that the empathetic woman has. So this is why, people will look at you like you're the Jezebel spirit and advise the narcissist that they're with a Jezebel spirit, and you'll just be calling them a narcissist. They'll be calling you the Jezebel, and it's never going to work. Depending on, how vulnerable this person looks, or, or just based off of their image, you'll believe it. You'll believe the lies. So, I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you guys are new. And if you guys want to book a session with me, don't forget that my booking information is on the description. Just give me 24 hours to respond to you. And as always, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.